Hello, this is Akiko Sudano, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and welcome to Stampin' in the Meadows. Excellent. Hold on a second. Let me just check where I am. Good. Okay, I'm where I expected to be, and I'm sorry for that glare over here. But thank you for joining me. And today I have a thank you card that I'm going to make with the oh, I can't see my comments. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. There we go. Hi Kay. Hi Ross. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to make the thank you card with the Peaceful Moments stamp set, and I'm also going to be using the Painted Poppies bundle. The Peaceful Moments is the one that has the die cut poppies and the die cuts for the poppy flowers, for the die cut poppies in the along with all of the different sentiments, and we're going to use this thank you sentiment for that. And then I'm going to use some of these other picture stamps to stamp some of the poppies for the inside, as well as using the small die cut label for that that comes with this bundle for the thank you greeting. And I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to go through, because I've already die cut all of the flower pieces, and I want to show you what I've done just to kind of make it easier, make it quicker, because I'm really trying to, this is the wrong one. It's in here. Okay. This has got all of the different die cut poppy flowers. So what I did was I cut 3 of these leaves in soft seafoam, and I've already cut them out, and I glued them together, and I glued them with multi-purpose liquid glue, and then I cut 3 of these leaf accents out of mint macaron. Hi, Amy. Thank you for joining me. And I cut those out of mint macaron. I've already glued those together to try to save us some time. And then for the flowers, I die cut the solid ones out of petal pink, and then the outline ones out of Grapefruit Grove, and then the flower centers, I die cut those out of Calypso Coral. And you can see here the little one I've already put together, and I'm going to show you how I just basically use the multi-purpose liquid glue, and we'll go ahead and put the large one together so that that can be put together, and then it can dry. And what I did, oh, I've already pulled that off, was just put a little bit of glue around the center parts, and so a lot of this I just kind of left floppy as well, but put the glue on there and then kind of align them up, and then press that down, and then do the same thing with the center. Just kind of put a little bit of glue in the center, get my tweezers so I can move this around, put this in, and then just kind of put it down, and then just press that down and hold it for just a second or so. And so that's how I created all of these different these different die cut pieces, and I just glued them together, die cut them, glued them together, and let it be. I will have all of the measurements and all of the colors on my blog post tomorrow, so that in case I say something wrong during the thing, then you can look it up tomorrow, and then I'll post a link on the Facebook Live also. The next thing that I did ahead of time was I made this pretty background, and what I did was I used the Coastal Weave embossing folder, and what I did was I stamped the inside of the folder with directly with my soft seafoam ink pad. I'm a little surprised that it looks like it came out so dark, but I just was very careful to go ink up the whole pad, and then I carefully placed my paper on this side and make sure that it was lined up correctly, and then I carefully closed it like that and ran it through my embossing folder. And I was really pleased with how how subtle the texture came in. Hi, Chi. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for joining me. I was really pleased with how subtle the color came, because I didn't want to put the flowers against the stark orange. I felt, and the grapefruit grove is kind of orange, but I felt like that the white was also too stark, and I wanted something with a little bit of texture. So I went ahead and I did that ahead of time, and I'm going to put this on the card front with, again, using the multi-purpose liquid glue, and just hopefully. I think this one is, yeah, I think that's gone. So, okay, hopefully this is not going to just be gushing out there. Nice and light. Good. Perfect. Behave. Good. And I'll center that on. And again, this is Grapefruit Grove. And this is going to be a landscape card. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and hopefully I've got time to smush it, move it, position it so that there we go. Move it around and then press it down. Good. And then I also cut one of these little, and I cut this out of Whisper White. And this is the little rose background from the Wild Rose dies that come with to a Wild Rose bundle. And I wanted to use this because it kind of looked like a trellis. So I wanted kind of a trellis to also accent the back of the card. It ends up being a little bit hard to see, but I feel like I just wanted to have a little bit of something extra back there, and just put glue on some of these pieces so that to hold it in place, just along the center here. Okay, good. Just checking to make sure that I'm in the camera. Okay, good. I know. I have been very, Amy says it's such a pretty background. I have been very, very reluctant to use different inks on my embossing folders, but it's not as bad as I was originally afraid of. And so I really like doing that. And it adds, because a lot of times with the embossing, you get just a little bit of texture, and that's all you need. And sometimes, I don't know. It's just a matter of taste. And now that I've done it a couple of times, I feel a lot more confident about doing it. And it's just, make sure you just wash it all off afterwards. So there. So this is just the plain white against the white with that's modeled with the soft sea foam. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange my leaves right here. So I'm going to attach those with liquid glue, with more liquid glue. I'm going to have one leaf here, and then another one out of the smaller flower. So I think this one will go like about right here. And then this one will go about right here, because I'll put this big flower on top of that. So it looks like this will have two leaves coming out of it. So when I showed my husband the elements of this card this morning, he said, "I thought poppies were all red." And I said, "No, I've seen other poppies that are that are not quite as, that are different, lighter colors. But I particularly like these soft peach colors, and I was almost thinking of using So Saffron as well, because I've seen some yellow ones that are pretty as well. So let's see here. Let's position. This one will go right here like that. And then this one will go right here. So I want to have, and I want to leave room for my greeting up on the top there. And so I want to put this one about here. So where does that go? And that kind of goes right there. Just using liquid glue to glue it down. Well, that's about where I had it, I think. That's okay. And then this guy, I'm going to just glue this guy down, and then this guy we'll put on with dimensionals. And I forgot to pull my dimensionals out. Should do that. Let's see here. We will want him to be about right here. So we'll put like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then I should have laid out my dimensionals, and I did not do that. So just put these all around. Put that right there. I'm just gonna leave this here, and then I'm gonna put it aside and start working on my label. So I have a piece of soft sea foam cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the thank you greeting in mint macaroon so that it's the same color combination as the leaves. So I'm going to do it this way. Ink up my stamp, check it, and I feel like my stamps need to be, my pads need to be re-inked. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Kind of get this in the center here. Okay, that's all right. Put that aside. And then I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine, and I'll be right back, okay? Just stick this in the die cutting machine. There. Remember last week I tried to die cut my label ahead of time, and that didn't work out so good because I got messy with stamping it. So I decided let's just go ahead and take the little break. So we'll put that label right here. Now I think we want to put this label on with dimensionals. So we'll put our dimensionals on here. And again, this is the little label from the Poppy Parade stamp set. Okay. Make a little pile of dimensional covers right here. And let's see. Put the label right here. There we go. And then take the dimensionals off the back of the flower. This is one that that one's done. This one's not done. And then this one right here. I think my craft room needs a good cleaning. I seem to have all kinds of little paper dusts flying around. Now, also, I made a little bow, and I made this by using the Whisper White crinkle ribbon that's in the new catalog, and I stamped it with Calypso Coral ink, and I stamped it using the little spatter stamp from here, and I just kind of stamped it all over, and then tied a bow, and so now we're gonna just put the bow. I think I'll use this side. Put the bow down here with the flowers, under the flowers, and in between, right here. And then we'll trim off the ends. Okay, and then we will finish it with, and these are the petal pink from the basic sequins, and they come, and you have petal pink, and you have some green and yellow and white and crumb cake sequins, and they're already sticky on the back. So I just love them. So I'll put one right here on the center of this guy, and I'm using the petal pink ones, and then I'll put one up here, and then one over here. There. So the card front, I think that's it for the card front. Okay, so for the inside of the card, we'll start doing some stamping. And what we're going to do is we're going to just stamp some flowers along the sides here. And I used Calypso Coral because I didn't have any Grapefruit Grove ink, but if I stamp it off, it ends up being pretty close to the Grapefruit Grove. And I think it's going to be time to get to replenish my stock here. There, so I just put 3 of those on, put that aside, and then inside the stamp set also there is one of these stamps, and I'm going to use that in petal pink so that it resembles the way I've done the cardstock flowers on the front. Let's see here. Do full strength or stamped off ones? I think full strength is okay. So, and I think these just kind of go on it. Yeah, that works out good. because you don't need to be very precise with this at all. Keeps it very artsy. And then add just a touch of green with maybe a couple of mint macaroon leaves. These guys should be stamped up. Yeah, that'll be good. Maybe right here. We'll make this one go up. And this one will go down right here. And one more kind of right in between these two. There, just a little bit. Just to give a little bit of color and a little bit of interest on the inside of the card. So now I'm going to take, I forgot. I also wanted to do the envelope, kind of, so the envelope is the same. So let's pull out our inks again. First, the Calypso Coral, and then make sure my envelope is right side up. And then the petal pink. And then the mint macaroon for the leaves. There. So that's good. The envelope's ready. The card front is ready. And then we'll put the inside of the card on with just a little bit of snail. I love all of the poppies in the new mini catalog. And that's the top, so we want to make sure we don't put it on upside down. And there's just so many different things you can do with them. But everything comes out beautiful. Everything comes out beautiful. And it's just so easy to make a beautiful card. There's plenty of room for somebody to write in there. And and it looks nice. So there's the card, and there is the envelope that matches. And so that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you like this. Oh, hello, Patricia. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.